Please remain standing for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner by Granite Falls High School school instructor, Mr. Ernest Nehe. Just let me turn this off. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you, Mr. Nehe. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the school board, President Robert Butler, board members Carl Carey, Dave Green, Dr. Dick Panegas, Tina Yarden-Veach, Superintendent Dr. Middleton, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Karen Manns, Director of Business Operation Mr. Marshall Cruz, Director of Human Resources Jennifer Harmon, Assistant Principal and retiring Mr. Joey Johnson, and least but last, yeah, that sounded good, is our senior class advisor, Miss Lacey Newman. Welcome. As principal of Granite Falls High School, it is my honor to present to you tonight Granite Falls High School's graduating class of 1921. I know, I went back in time. So we can even welcome this year's class of 2021. I would like to thank the Granite Falls High School staff for all their hard work and dedication to the students of Granite Falls High School. Please stand at this time so that we can recognize you for your dedication and hard work to help these students get here today. At this time, we would ask any former graduates from Granite Falls High School in the stands to please stand so that we might recognize you. It's always a little prideful of how many graduates we have that are still in our community. This graduating class of 2021 is a very special class. We have one student, Treasure Stevenson, who has earned her AA degree already. This class has received over $60,000 in scholarship, which were given by our local donors to this class. To honor those students who have challenged themselves throughout their high school academic career, we have one valedictorian and one salutatorian. Our valedictorian with a GPA of 4.0 is Samantha Brown. Our salutatorian with a GPA of 3.997 is Jonathan Cahoot. At this time, I would like to recognize any of our graduates who have enlisted in the military. Would you please stand so we can recognize you? If this year has taught me anything, it would be never start talking before you check to see if you are on mute or if I make sure my camera is on so that I'm zooming properly. You guys have made it through some tumultuous times. The hurdles that you've had to overcome during these last year and a half are just hard to describe. But arriving at this moment and persevering is one of the many great things that this class has going for it. So again, congratulations. President Barack Obama said in a moving speech shared in YouTube, "Making your mark on the world is hard. It takes patience, it takes commitment, it comes with plenty of setbacks and plenty of failures. But whenever you hear those voices that say you can't make a difference when someone tells you to set your sights lower, look at the previous generations who have come before you, and they will give you the heart to move on." Graduation can be a scary time, but what you must realize is that everyone is scared. What's going to set you apart is how you can deal with that fear, how you can power through it, and if you have the relentless determination, fortitude, and sheer tenacity to transform all that nervous energy and anxiety into courage. Courage to try, courage to take risks, and courage to face failures. I would like to leave you tonight with a quote from Nelson Mandela. "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than one you are capable of living." It has been an honor, a pleasure to have been your principal this past year. I could not have asked for a more magnificent opportunity as an educator, and I wish you all the luck in your future. Congratulations and thank you. I would like to introduce our class president and salutatorian, Jonathan Cahoot.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. I would like to start by thanking the teachers, staff, parents, and my fellow class of 2021 graduates for how amazing you have made these past 4 years of my life. Over these years, I remember a lot. I remember the countless afternoons staying in Mrs. Newman's room decorating for BOTC. I remember the football games on Fridays. I remember our bro-downs and our kickbacks. I remember the dances, and I remember the long nights counting food for food drive. All of these memories feature my classmates. When thinking back on high school, you guys are at the forefront. There are a few things I don't remember. I don't remember the tests or the feeling of getting A's. I don't remember taking the PSAT or any other standardized tests. I don't remember the finals. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. Tonight, I only want to stress the importance of these interpersonal relationships that we have created and the ones that we will continue to create as we head into our future. It's no surprise that I don't remember the school aspect of it. And while I may wear the Salutatorian badge, studies have never been my main focus. My main focus has always been growing the connections that I have made with my classmates. And even then, I wish I had spent more time with everyone. I wish I could have learned more about the people that I don't know too well. I definitely wish I had spent less time playing video games and more time with you guys. And looking back on these memories has cemented that desire. My time with you guys has been the most important part of my life over the past 4 years, and I just wish I'd used these 4 years to make more connections and strengthen the ones I already have. And to that point, I am extremely grateful for the late night texts from my friends telling me to get out of bed and come over. I'm grateful for all the nights of hostage and scorch. These experiences will stick with me as I go to college, and I will never forget the fun that we had. Without these memories, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I hope you can all relate to some aspect of how I feel. I believe that we all could have spent more time with each other, even though it's been hard to do so this past year. And I know that we all value these connections as well. Many of us have grown up with each other for the past 13 years of our lives, and as we venture forth into the unknown world, we will face a great deal of adversity. Many of our views about the world will be challenged, and we will definitely disagree with people. But no relationship is ever smooth sailing. But everyone is important. And as we head into that next stage of our lives, whether it's college, the military, technical school, or job, I want you guys to remember that growing bonds with other people is the most important thing in our lives. It's what makes us human and what sets us apart from other animals. I want to thank each and every one of you that I've had the pleasure of having in my life. There's no one else I would have wanted to spend the last 4 years with, so thank you for making it memorable. I would now like to introduce our valedictorian, Samantha Brown.
Thank you, Jonathan. Hello, fellow graduates and esteemed guests. I am deeply honored to stand here before you today. After 4 eventful years, we are witnessing the finale to our high school careers. There is no doubt we will leave Granite Falls High School with many lessons and memories. From Mr. Williams' amusing hand-clapping trick that students attempt to replicate for weeks on end, to the sonorous echoes of Mr. Dinwiddie's lessons throughout the hallways, they will all greatly be missed. On behalf of my class, I would like to give a sincere thank you to our dedicated teachers, who have provided significant guidance as we grew in these past 4 years. They have worked furiously to try and keep up with all the highs and lows that life has thrown at us. They have listened to our individual situations and made sure to make accommodations for our most unfortunate situations. They have sprinkled in the occasional science pun in attempts to brighten our day just the slightest bit. In these trying times, our instructors have persevered just as much, if not even more, than we students have. Which brings me to my next point. I would like to applaud each student sitting in the chairs before me. You have all worked tirelessly throughout these 4 years, but even more so in the past year and a half. Transitioning unexpectedly to online learning has undoubtedly been a struggle for many, yet you have all successfully stood up to the challenge and excelled. It is without a doubt that tenacity is the overarching lesson that we will have following us as we leave this campus. I would like to give a special thanks to my family for ensuring that I stay mindful of this. I didn't consistently want to keep my head buried in textbooks, but my parents greatly motivated me by making sure to express their belief in my ability to reach my goals and exceed my expectations. I would like to thank my father for patiently teaching me how to read and write, as it is his work that allows me to deliver this speech to you all today. Without his help, these couple of minutes would be a little difficult. I would like to thank my mother for staying up late with me to explain complex mathematical concepts. A big reason I meet half of my deadlines is because she is always there to make sure that I'm not slacking off. I would like to thank my grandmother for providing unconditional support and motivating conversations over breakfast. And finally, I would like to thank my brother for never failing to make me laugh and for listening to my senseless ramblings. It is you that reminds me that not everything has to be so serious, and that I need to take a break every once in a while, which is kind of a bit of an important lesson that we tend to forget. However, I suppose it will be my turn to take on this role as you begin your own journey into high school. Fellow graduates, though not all of us are able to announce our gratitude on stage, I encourage you to express your thanks to those who have helped you along this journey once you are able to speak with them. Now, for the students sitting before me, allow me to ask you, has it hit you yet? We are graduating, bidding farewell to a standardized education system and starting a new chapter. We have survived all the tests thrown at us, completed our lab reports, lived through all the vocabulary games Mrs. Restad insisted upon. But personally, it still feels like I'm going to return to these hallways next Thursday and Friday at 7:25 a.m. In a way I am, but only in the form of a memory. It is these experiences that I will be able to reference in the future, the foundation for the skills that I will build upon. Each of us has our own path to follow, carved out from the passions and the attentive guidance of our instructors, community members, and peers. Some of us will be taking the traditional route and pursuing a degree at a university. Others will seek out a career in trade. Several of the students here today will take the honorable step of joining the military, and a portion of us may still be trying to figure it out. Whatever your choice is, wherever you go, it is important to remember that this community is always going to be cheering you on. I moved to Granite Falls during my sophomore year, and I quickly came to realize that the warmth of a small community is notorious for a reason. As Mrs. Rodino explained to us, they want to brag about our accomplishments. A small town's pride in its members is nothing short of admirable. This next step for us will have its challenges, but we will always have the support of our community to fall back on. Knowing the strength that this class has, there is no doubt that each of you will be able to dust yourselves off and shine. These difficulties will be necessary in helping us grow beyond what we have learned here. Our challenges will be paired with many more adventures and memories that we can only imagine. Here we are, the class of 2021, ready to step out and make our mark on the real world. My dear classmates, I wish you the best of luck on your own paths to success.
I would now like to introduce our staff keynote speaker, Mr. Mark Newman.
Good evening and welcome. You guys made it. Tonight is the night many of you have been looking forward to for many years. The only people looking forward to it more than you is us, your teachers. Now, to be fair, that isn't entirely true. Your parents also have been looking forward to this night to get you guys on your way out of the house. As I was thinking and writing this speech, my thoughts kept coming back to COVID and how much it overtook our lives and consumed the last years of our high school experience. I know you don't want to hear a COVID speech, and I promise you I don't want to give one. But I can't help just coming back to a few things here and there. First of all, it's good to see your actual faces. After a year of Zoom, the only people I recognize is Vicky and half of Olivia. The rest of you, I don't even know what you look like anymore. Thanks for keeping your camera on all the time. It just made it nice to see a face once in a while and see a smile, and a roll of the eyes and an unapproving nod or shake of the head as I said something that wasn't funny when I thought that it was. Zoom wasn't all bad, though. For instance, there were some pros. I could mute Tian whenever I wanted to. I was just disappointed when I came back in person, I didn't have the mute button anymore. Before I get to the part where I'm supposed to inspire you and send you on your way to take on the world, I thought I'd take a minute and just for a few other random memories that made me enjoy my time teaching with you guys. First of all, Carlos, thanks for serenading Adriana anytime we asked you. I'd ask now, but it might not be best, unless you want to? Let's go. That was awesome. Sorry, Adriana, I had no choice. It had to be done. Jonathan, who was more upset about that A-, you or Caitlin? Probably Caitlin. Last week, I was doing senior exit interviews, and I found out that Madison and Morgan weren't the same person. I didn't even know they were twins. Explains a little why I thought I saw them twice as much as everybody else around the school. Taylor Shireman, Haley Brotherton, no, I don't know who your moms are. I've never heard of them. I've never seen them. I don't know what you're talking about. Jason and Joseph Wad, just remember when you're famous. It was your 7th grade basketball coach that got you your start in social media career. For those of you that bought tickets for the meet and greet, it'll be on stage right at the conclusion of the ceremony. To the unnamed quitters from calculus and pre-calculus, you know who you are. I'm not going to call you out in front of everybody. I forgive you. I like you guys. You're still awesome. How about Battle of the Classes? Congratulations. You grabbed victory from the jaws of defeat. All right. Admit it. You thought you were going to lose. All right. Yeah. Great job winning. Special thanks to your class advisor, Mrs. Newman. Most beautiful lady in the building tonight, by the way. One more thing, Jared. I promise never to tell this story, but I really have no choice. It's graduation night. I'm going to tell your parents. I told you I'd never tell them, but I'm telling them. A year ago, Mr. and Mrs. Barth, wherever you are, I don't know. All right, I'm driving by in town by Playa Bonita. I look down the alley to the side, and I see what looks like it's Jared trying to steal a purse from this little old lady. And I'm like, and so I asked my family, I was like, is that Jared Barth? And they're like, I think, but I'm not sure. So I stop, I flip the car, I turn around, and I look, and sure enough, Jared Barth trying to steal a purse from a little old lady. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I expect this from Connor Nations, okay? Not from Jared Barth, though. You know, his parents raised him well. They're teachers. They're good people. But anyway, I digress. I sit there, and I see this kicking and fighting and screaming, and I see hair pulling, mostly by Jared, and I think I should do something about it. And this old lady's holding her own against him, which is really no surprise. And I think I should stop and help out. And so I do. I get out of the car, I run over there, and I'm actually proud to say it didn't take long at all, but Jared and I got her purse from her. All right, you guys are expecting something good, weren't you? I'm sorry. All right. Initially, I was honored when elected as a class speaker. However, after some thought, I realized what probably happened was you thought you were voting for Mrs. Newman, not Mr. Newman. That hurt a little. But I rallied, just like we expected you guys to do, when you got a test back that had a little more red on it than you were hoping for. Samantha, you probably don't know what that looks like. So I went to work and I contemplated what I wanted to say, and I researched on the internet, and I invented a new word, plagiarism. Seniors, you guys know what I'm talking about. High school is over, and you're off to the next phase of your life. Regardless of where you're going next and what you're planning on doing, find your own success. Success can be measured in a variety of ways. It might be the degree you get, it might be the wage you make, it might be the size of the house you own. These aren't the only ways to measure success. Success can be whatever you want it to be, what makes you happy in life and keeps you happy in life. Maybe success is getting into college. Maybe success is being the best parent, spouse, or friend out there. Maybe success is retiring early. Maybe saving enough money to move out of your parents' house before you're 30. Maybe success is being able to afford a new car you've always wanted. Success does not happen overnight. It's a product of life, of long-term diligence and perseverance. Wherever life takes you, don't let that success be determined by others. Whatever success you are trying to achieve, work hard towards that goal and don't give up. You will come across failures. Let them be bumps on the road and nothing more. Find your success, whatever it may be. Maybe by working faithfully 8 hours a day, you may eventually get to be the boss and work 12 hours a day. Be nice to everyone, but choose your friends wisely. The friends you have now will not be your only friends in life. More than likely in 10 years, you may not even hang out with most of these people. You move on to the next stage of your life, and they'll come across a new set of friends. Some might be your friends for a long time, some may not. Make sure you are friendly to all and treat everyone with kindness and respect, but choose your friends wisely. Choose friends that lift you up and make you a better person, not friends that bring you down, cause drama, and make you a lesser person. People react well to those that are kind. You are the sum total of the people you surround yourself with the most. So decide who you want to be in the future and find friends who will help you get there. Focus on being a better you, not a better them. With social media overtaking so much of our lives, it's easy to see what others do and what they have. Don't get caught up in being better than someone else or having more things than somebody else. Mostly this leads to unhappiness and debt. Strive to focus on how to make yourself a better person today than you were yesterday. Identify and learn from your mistakes and use that knowledge to move forward. This isn't just advice for you as you're graduating, but tuck this away and try and remember it for the rest of your life. You can always find a way to be a better you. Every one of us in the stadium tonight could probably do this. Kindness goes a long way. If you continually work on being a better you, you'll find yourself happier each day. No matter what happens in life, be good to people. Being good to people is a wonderful legacy to leave behind. Life doesn't usually follow the plans you lay out for yourself. You will all experience highs and lows in life, the difficult and the easy. Unfortunately, there may be times of too much difficulty and not enough smooth sailing. Don't let those days or weeks keep you down. Your true character will be defined by how you handle both of these times. No dream is too big, no challenge is too great, nothing on for your future is beyond your reach. Class of 2021, good luck, goodbye, and thank you.
I would now like to introduce our principal, Mr. Kevin Davis, for the presentation of the class of 2021.
Couple of quick notes before I get into presenting the class. First of all, the class of 2021 is the first class of Granite Falls graduates to graduate in this stadium. At the conclusion of the ceremony, we would ask the parents to meet their graduates in the grassy area behind the gym, and that you have a great and safe time after the service. Superintendent Dr. Middleton, it is my honor to present to you the graduating class of 2021. Who have fulfilled all the requirements of Granite Falls School District and the state of Washington. Granite Falls class of 2021 is ready for their diplomas.
Well, we're close to getting those diplomas. Before we make the graduation official, though, I just want to share a few words of encouragement and talk about the lessons from this year. I was sitting in your place as a high school graduate in 1981 in Montana. You might be asking, how old is this guy? So let me give you and the audience a few seconds to solve for X. Who said you never use algebra in real life? And if you're guessing that I'm in that 57 to 59 age range, you're right, and it's 58 to be exact. I've done some reflection about my 12th grade year and your 12th grade year. Let me share a few things of what was happening at the time of my senior year. Every night on the evening news, Walter Cronkite or John Chancellor would let the world know that we were 224 days or 370 days or 400 days into the Iranian hostage crisis. That count occurred on every newscast for 444 days. Ronald Reagan was elected president in November, sworn in January, and nearly killed during an assassination attempt made in March. John Lennon was shot and killed in December of 1980. Those of you who don't know who John Lennon was, ask your parents, or actually ask your grandparents. The United States was looking at a new identity in 1980-81. Vietnam, Watergate, double-digit inflation, unemployment were all on the minds of Americans. Personally, I would say there was plenty of dysfunction in my household, but despite the alcoholism, my parents did hold high expectations for my siblings and me. In 1981, my friends and I stayed connected not by social media, but by telephone, or simply showing up at a favorite hangout. And by the way, our phones were attached to the wall with maybe a 4-foot extension. We knew our classmates had each other's back, and in a few weeks, I'll be seeing many from the Butte Central class of 1981 for the first time in 40 years. But sadly, at least 5 of them are not alive to share and celebrate in our reunion. So when I think about my senior year and your senior year, there is no comparison. We had school every day. We didn't have to adapt to a new way of learning like you did, in which you were doing schoolwork in physical isolation from friends and teachers. You've had to do something incredibly difficult for you, your teachers, and your family, and I applaud you for overcoming those obstacles and challenges. Yes, this has been an atypical year, your senior year, but I hope you use this as a compass for your life. Your path ahead will be a sense of victories and challenges. And here are 5 lessons from the pandemic that I think apply to all of us. The first one is life is fragile. Know that everyone has had, or will have some tragedy, loss, or difficulty. And don't get me wrong, life is great, but it is fragile. Be kind to others. You don't know what they're going through. Be quick to help, slow to judge, and let me add that good self-care can help you deal with how fragile life can be. The second lesson is show up for others. There will be a time when a family member or close friend is going to call on you for help. And you're going to be tired, you might be stressed out, you might be broke, you might be too busy. But this is what sacrifice is about. Putting aside the demands of your life to care for, or maybe just listen to someone in need. Show up for others. Lesson number 3, be present. Actress Jessica Lange once said, "Don't be absent from your own life. Being present means being here in the moment, not wishing time away, looking at the next mountain." For example, enjoy these graduation moments right now. Be present today with your friends, with your family in celebration, so you don't have regrets tomorrow. Lesson number 4, learn this one earlier than later. Don't do stupid. Some acquaintances and family can bring a lot of drama to their lives and want to draw you in. You have to set boundaries. There's a difference between showing up for others compared to participating with others in rumors, gossip, being mean to others, all to stroke someone else's ego. Don't do stupid. In fact, stay far away from it. And then finally, number 5, leave your comfort zone. Inside your mind, you have a voice that's pushing you to accomplish a goal in life. Goals you might not have even told anyone or shared with others. Listen to that voice, ask questions, learn more about those goals, and ask for help on attaining them. Be brave and leave your comfort zone. Graduates, thanks for listening to one more school and life lesson. So at this time, Mr. Chair, members of the Granite Falls Board of Directors, and members of our community, as Superintendent of Schools, at this time I declare these students have met all requirements set forth by the State of Washington and by the Board of Education to be awarded their high school diplomas. Class of 2021, congratulations on this achievement. I wish you the absolute best in your life.
Where? No. Sorry. Samantha Allison M. Brown. Taylor Renee Mace. Ashley Lynn Palfrey. Victoria Wanwisa Rodenbaugh. McKenna K. Albin. Kylie Hunter Aldridge. Justin Baker. Emily Dozwala. No. Oh, yes. Okay. Caitlin E. Anderson. Jared E. Barth. Lorelai P. Bates. Campbell D. Beagle. Michelle Rose Beaver. Alden Daniel Bernate. Carlos Armando Brambila. Haley K. Brotherton. Ashton N. Buholtz. Michael James Burns. Joshua Cardenas. Trey J. Carter. Matthew Churchward. Bryson J. Cole. Matthew R. Cook. Caitlin Brianna Kramer. William Joseph Dennison Couch, Jr. Addison Nicole Dennis. Madison L. Dennis. Morgan C. Dennis. Cody Floyd. Jessica Elizabeth Forbes. Tiana Louise Frazier. Deontrez Chantrell Freeman, Jr. Kiara M. Frost. Brandy K. Gill. Michelle Ann Greenlee. Alexis M. Grime. Olivia J. Harmon. Liliana Haverman. Luis Daniel Hernandez. Shea Lynn Hopkins. Eliana Lamar. Lucy Lopez. Yuliza Lopez Puerta. Zachary Benjamin Martin. Phoenix J. Mascarello. Taylor Rain McCon Shireman. Daytona McLaughlin. Arnold Mendez Ayala. Jonathan Jeremy Meyer. Jackson Luke Mitchell. Devin Grant Moline. Connor Nations. Jacob David Nelson. Arden G. Ing. Mason S. Nichols. Allison B. Nicholas. Haley N. Norris. Colby Brian Petroborg. Cody Dean Prigg. Juan Daniel Sanchez Mendoza. Sabrina Kathleen Sanchez. Eric Sanchez Reynoso. Skylar William Stephen Seeds. Matir Grace Stark. Treasure S. Stevenson. Dylan J. Stewart. Kendra Deanna Susich. Joseph R. L. Sumter. Eleanor Swartz. Alyssa Ray Thorne. Thomas R. Thornton. Sierra Sky Tosberg Nash. Daniel Jacob Turpin. Abigail Marie Veach. Zoe Renee M. Vogt. Samuel Hugh Van Doe Wagner. Kellen Jacob Webb. Kylie Ann Weidman. David Joseph Weldon. Alyssa Kendall Whited. Emily E. Wicks. Nathan Josiah Wolonek. Caleb L. Wright.
Jonathan P. Cahoe.
Will you now move your tassel from the right to the left? Congratulations, class of 2021.